Hey guys, Marty here. I wanted to make a video about my filters that I use in Torchlight. So a lot of people already use my end game filter, but I've used an early game filter that's customized for my builds every season for I guess about like 3 or 4 seasons now, and I just update it every season to be custom for my character. But I wanted to make a video and share that filter so that I can explain what things you would want to change if you want to edit my filter to use it for a different style of build. So there's a few things I'm going to go over here. Please watch the entire video if you're going to use the early game filter. If all you care about is the late game filter, you can just download it or copy it from the chat, or I'm going to link it in the video description, but I'm also going to have a link in my Discord and new channel in there where people can post feedback if there's legendaries I need to hide, if you think I hid something that you want to see, which generally I hide things that I don't consider worth selling. So, some of the things I hide, you might consider it worth it. But if you do want to give me some feedback, I will try to take it to heart. I just may not necessarily implement some suggestion that people have. But you can do that in my Discord. But you don't need to join my Discord just to get the filters. You can get them from the description of this video. And if you're only caring about the late game filter, I do all the updates to that myself. I gradually filter more and more throughout the season. You cannot get too strict with the filter at the beginning because there are some nuances to how the filters update going into a new season. All filters in this game carry over season to season, but new items, new modifiers, these all get added to the filter. So first off, I wanted to start going through the early game filter. I apologize if this video is a bit lengthy, but please watch the whole early game filter just so you don't miss something that is important and screw yourself over on the league start if you choose to use it. But you can basically adjust my filter to use it for any build. And then things that you think are relevant, feel free to change those. So, first and foremost, the most important thing in the early game filter to edit is this gear section. There are a lot of tables here. The ones that are ticked out, they are not relevant. There are things that I guess I could delete, and I might do that at some point. But you will want to delete these. Oh, and before I get into this, in my Discord, I posted pictures that explain how to get the filter and everything if you're not familiar with this. But what I would recommend, just first and foremost, create two of the filters. So you do create from a shared code. You'll copy paste the link from the video description and create two of them. So one will be my version, which will get updated whenever I make changes to it. And the other one, you should edit it. So click the edit button here, make literally any change. It doesn't matter, although try not to make one that screws you over. You can even do something like just changing the icon. And then use that one as the one that you update for yourself. Because any changes that I make will not get ported into your filter once you update it. So that's a way that you can basically change it to be whatever's good for you and not have any issues with what I'm doing. So anyways, back to the filter. First and foremost, this top rule, you don't have to worry about this. This rule is just showing reap scepters at low levels. This only will show any loot if you're on a character that even gets scepters in the first place, but reaps percentage of the dot duration of the dot mod. This is one of the best mods in the early game for dot builds. I just put it here because some of my friends play dot builds and they really want to see this at the start of the league. And no matter what, this rule is just nice to have. You won't have to deal with it on other builds. The rest of these at the top here, we can just skip over. They're all just like little things that will show items so we don't miss them. Actually, I'm going to edit this tower sequence icon so that it looks a little bit different from how I've made the gear. So then here's the next thing. We're going down to, these are the energy items. So this is what you're going to want to edit. And unfortunately, you will have to do this for every single item just to make it better for you because I don't want to see your wands. The way that I do gearing in an early league, and personally I consider this the best way to do it, is I craft all of my rares. I am not worried about selling rares. I'm not worried about buying rares. I just want the bases with high energy so that I don't have to use energy cores. Then I can sell my energy cores. And I just want bases so that I can craft the mods that I want. And the way that filters have to be structured in this game, we do the high level mods first. So if all you're worried about is early game stuff, for example, like pre-maps, then you would stroll down here to these modifiers down here. See where it says level 0 to 55. Anything that's 0 to 55, if you change that, it's campaign only. So if you only want to filter that, shows stuff for campaign, that's all you have to do. And basically what these modifiers here are doing is we're showing items from level 45 to 55 that have some energy, because energy is the most powerful thing you can get early game. Those little percent increased damages, or a little bit of attributes, a little bit of res, that's much less relevant than getting more links on your skills. Energy is the end all be all until about time mark 7. If you're getting more auras because you can put more links on for off the beaten track. If you're getting a 6 link on your skill earlier, if you're getting duration, cooldown on your empowers for better uptime, like all these things add up significantly, and they're much better than a few low tier mods. So we get the high energy item, and then as we progress, usually around time mark 3, time mark 5, and time mark 6 or 7, I'll start crafting some of these bases. But before that, I'm just showing bases and equipping whatever's good. Maybe if an item drops, like say I got this hammer, it's a higher level hammer, but say it dropped like, okay, I'm out of maths, bad example, but say it dropped with like this mod, then I would just maybe like click one advanced mod here, one advanced mod here, one basic affix here, one basic affix here. Like just fill out the mods basically if you get an item that has a few relevant things to you. You're trying to minimize how much you're spending on crafting those early items. But so anyways, my filter, it's set up for Thea 2. And I'm going to be playing Ground Shaker or Hammer of Ash, basically a melee character. So I've set it up for the items that I want to see. Sorry, that was a big tangent there, but it is relevant. I just want to go through everything for you guys so you're not missing out. So what am I showing here? Right here, this is only showing the highest, so 120 plus energy on a chest piece. Because if I see like a Ranger's Rag or an Old King's Armor, I want to see this item on the ground if it drops with high energy. I don't care what mods are on it. I'm going to then craft that. And if I don't find it, I might buy one on the auction house if it just doesn't drop in time. That kind of line. So 120 plus energy, this only drops at a higher item level. That's why we're not doing any item level filtering here. If you want two-handers, you're going to want to add them into this rule. So say you want staffs. You would want to put First Man Scepter, Centaur Staff. If you're lazy, you can just literally click this checkbox here. It'll add every single staff, and then you don't have to worry about it. Same for two-handers. Yeah, basically bows, cannons, crossbows, all this stuff. You can just add it that simply. The other thing is I'm only using armor chest. If you want to also see dex and int chests, you could simply click these here. If you want to see all the armor bases instead of I'm only showing the top 2, you can do it that way. And then if you want to quickly remove it, just click these checkboxes. It's very simple, very easy. So you'll do that, and you're going to want to do it for every single one of these mods. So this second one, the reason why we have two overlapping ones here, this is for one-handers and items that can only go up to 60 energy. So here I'm showing gloves, boots, and helmets of strength types, and only the highest bases again because it's all I want to see personally. I'm showing shields, and I'm showing one-handed maces. So for you, if you don't want to see shields, just again click right here on offhand. You can hide them all. If you want to see all shields, you can just click right here. It'll immediately highlight every single one. It's very quick, very easy to bulk change these. If you want to see all armor types, I'm not going to click it here, but you could do the same on armor, or you could do it on specifically the ones you want. If you do it for armor, make sure you check out of these chest armors because these can go up to 120 energy, so you're going to be seeing tons of low energy chest armors. Same goes for weapons here. I only show one-handed hammers, but if you want to see swords, if you want to see daggers, if you want to see wands, rods, scepters, just to do the same thing, click this thing right here so that it deselects these hammers, and then click it on wands, click it on rods, click it on whatever base type you want to see, and you'll see it with high energy. Next up, you just go down. It is a bit of a long process, but so for these lower energy ones that we're getting in the lower levels, so see it's levels up to 85. But what I'm doing with these is I'm just allowing anything with 2 or more modifiers to show, because you will get a ton of energy items. If you want to see everything with energy, just get the first thing and be done, then you can remove this modifier here simply by clicking this X. If you want to see less, you can change it to be 3 or more modifiers. Items can drop generally with about 3 to 5 modifiers. So basically, you'll lower the amount that you're seeing. But this is what I've found works for me. I don't mind seeing a little bit of extra gear. I just don't want to see a lot of extra gear. But so you'll simply go through all of these, edit on every single one of them, go in, select the base types you want. You can use what I have showing as a guideline just if you don't pay attention and you miss what energy breakpoints, because at every breakpoint, chests and two-handers will have their separate one because they can get twice as much energy. But you can basically click on armor, see whether I'm highlighting gloves or chests in that particular one, and then base it off of that. And actually in this one I've messed up. I'm just going to fix that real quick. We don't want to see chests. But yeah, you'll simply follow that through all of these different types of items, and it'll be pretty quick to go through. Like here, we're just showing chests. Same idea, just click through in all of them, very quick and easy. That's the number one, first and foremost, most important thing. Let me double check here. Okay, so the next thing you might want to do in here, so I show jewelry bases. For me, I've found that in a lot of my runs, I have not looted a necklace, I haven't looted a ring, I haven't looted a belt to craft. Sometimes I'm using legendaries of these for my build, so it doesn't matter. But in my experience, they don't drop common enough that I'm upset about just seeing a bunch of them. And this will also make it easier to select, like maybe you want an erosion res ring a little bit more or a fire res ring. This way you don't have to even think about that. You'll just see all jewelry the whole time. And again, this is an early game filter. I'm only really using this until about time mark 7. After that, I'm just buying all the gear I want to craft. So then the third thing, this is for showing rares. So the way I've done this, I've set it up for how I want to see rares, but if you don't care about looting items that you're not going to craft on, because generally speaking, it's not even really a big deal to loot these. I might loot 1, maybe 2 throughout my entire time through mapping. Other than that, I'm almost always just looting the things that I want to craft on. But so you don't have to worry about any of these under 55 ones. So rule 38 onward, 38 to 42, you can ignore. What you'll want to do is go into rule 36, 34, like these ones. I think it's 36, 34, 33, 31, 29, and 27. You'll want to go into all of these, every single one of them, and go in here, change the bases that you're showing, because again, I'm only showing the bases that I care about, and then change the modifiers. So this is going to be a bit of a pain. I'm only showing ones that have mods that I personally want. But you would click through in here and you would select items that if this item has the mod that you want to see it. So you would just show it. Now, alternatively, what you can do if you don't care about this at all and you just want to get rid of my rules for showing these rare items, you can come to those same rules and just click this checkbox here. It'll keep the rule, so if you want to edit it in the future and set it up for yours, you can do that. I'm also posting this video more than 24 hours before the season so that people have time to edit and make changes they want to do to it. But if you just don't care, just click these off. You won't see any of those purple rares, and then you'll only see the energy items that you've set up in those top rules. So it'll be very convenient that way. Next section that is very important, legendary gear. I do not hide very many legendaries at the start, and I only hide them in zones that are 65 or higher. So it's not going to hide anything in troves. You do not need to worry about that. I've clicked through and hidden a few items, mainly ones that come from trove, that I think are generally never worth anything. Like I might get them day 1, list them for 1 FE, even with high energy, and they rarely sell. Maybe they sell once in a blue moon. But if there's specific legendaries that your build needs, that can drop in early maps and you want to potentially see them as a drop, then just quickly go through, look at the ones that have the green dash, and just make sure I'm not hiding anything that you care about for your build. That shouldn't be too big of a deal. Because again, I've only hidden ones that I find are extremely cheap. So, maybe it's like a 1FE item if you want to buy it. But, it's worth checking if you're going to use this filter. The next section that I want to talk about is hero memories. So the way that I do hero memories, I'm showing all of the higher level memories, even though some of these will not drop at the point where I'm using the filter. It's a little bit of a paranoia, we can call it that. But the important rule here is this one, hide hero memories. So what this is doing, at item level 67 plus, I start hiding all white origin memories, okay? So the way that I do my memories is once I get the white memory that I want, so say I want Dex. If I find a Dex origin memory, I will just update this thing to be whatever zone level I'm in, so that's just permanently hiding them from then on out. Now, if I were to find the discipline memory I want, like let's say I find an armor discipline memory and I'm satisfied with that, then I'll just click this, confirm. Now we're hiding all white discipline memories. The reason we do it this way is because you want to see your level 75 memory as soon as it drops, no matter what type it is, even if it's a minion attack and cast speed. You want to see memory of progress the moment that it drops. So we don't hide any of those. What you can do later, once you have all the memories you want at white, and this is what I do, once I start getting the memories I want at blue, I do the same thing. So if I have all the memories I want at blue, you simply, this maximum here, you just raise this to 2 and click confirm. And then now it's hiding all blue memories of the types that we're choosing to hide. So it's pretty convenient. You can get a little bit more nuanced with it, like maybe you want a blue of the last memory, the level 75 memory, but you don't want blues of the others. You can create a new rule, follow the same formatting, and just show the blue memory you want to see. But that's how you'll do that. And then if you don't care, this just won't hide any super relevant memories, so you can just see a little bit more memories. It's not a big deal. I just don't like to see them, so I'll take the time to quickly change this rule as soon as I get the memories I want. The last and not most important, but another very important thing, and this applies to both my endgame filter and my early game filter. In the endgame filter, I will change this once I get to that point in the league. But in Divinity slates, so I touched on this at the start of the season. So the way that we do these Divinity slate filtering, I show all legendary mods. But for example, next season in Warrior, they're adding a new modifier. Where's Warrior here? So in Warrior, next season, they're adding a new modifier that says 30% life regeneration speed. It's a legendary talent. That doesn't exist in here yet. So when the new season comes out, sometimes the way it gets added is that it just becomes a new one at the bottom of Warrior. But what has happened in some seasons is that it replaces the slot where, say, life gain interval was, and it moves everything else down a tier. This is why we can't really hide any of these early on. And so what you're going to want to do at the start, if you're concerned about missing any memories, you just very quickly click into this, double click the legendary on the left here, which will select every single legendary mod that is possible. Do it again for the next rule, double click, good to go. Do it again here, double click the medium talents, good to go. Do it again here, double click the micro talents, good to go, and then you'll be hiding them all. Because I hide all blue mods past a certain point. See here, we're hiding all double blue mods past 82, we're hiding all single blue mods past 86, and we're hiding all double purple mods. Wait, should I be hiding all double purple mods? Probably not. This is supposed to be on show. Good thing I checked. So we're going to change this to showing because I do want to see double purples early, but you could change this to hiding later. This is why we make a video real quick to talk about it. That's fine. So we're showing all double purples now. I'm happy with that. Or maybe I'll do it in the other way and I'll just add a level requirement. I'm going to do that instead. Filter editing live in progress here. So we're going to hide all item level 82 plus double purples. That'll hide them in time mark 7, because generally in time mark 7, all I care about is one legendary. Sometimes you can get double purples that are like 15 to 30 FE, but it's not worth taking the time to sort through them in your inventory to maybe find one that's worth a little bit, especially when you include the time of price checking. So when it comes to like showing these or hiding these, we're really just showing them so that we can equip ones that we would use ourselves. And then we show all legendaries, so no need to worry about that. But so anyways, that's the most important stuff for the filter. If you want to use the early game filter, just change those categories I talked about and you'll be good. If you have any questions, please ask me in my Discord. I've created a filter feedback channel. You can ask the questions there. In the future, we'll use that channel, like I said, for filtering or showing things that are important. People can ask about filtering and stuff. If they think that I should show something, I'll probably try to explain why I don't. But I hope you guys enjoyed this. I hope that these leveling filters and the endgame filter are beneficial in the season. Oh, and one more thing. In that Discord, I've also included the 2 sound files that I use in my endgame filter. They're not anything crazy. I just have a little tank sound and a little maps drop sound. But I've included those so you can download them and put them into your own filters if you're on the Europe or Asia servers. And yeah, I hope everyone is excited for Lunaria as I am. Have a good night. I will not be streaming tonight, but I will stream tomorrow, which is Wednesday the 15th. And I'll also be streaming the season launch, although it will probably be a little bit of a lower interaction stream because I'm going to be focused on my Discord with my friends and just kind of trying to progress quickly. So anyways, again, thanks for watching, guys. Join the Discord if you have any questions. Follow me on stream. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. And have a great day, night, or evening, wherever you are.